So I first was introduced to Ginny by stories. For the first 10 years of the time that I knew about Ginny, I never met her. And I would hear these stories from Don about this force of nature, this woman who basically buoyed him up and helped him become the person that he was, made sure the family was, perfectly cared for and organized. And I thought, who is this woman? I thought she must be a really tall, big woman who gets things done. And then finally, after about 10, 11 years, I finally got to meet Ginny. And she's the sweetest, tiniest, most graceful person.
I met Ginny 28 years ago. My husband Tim was the first to meet Ginny. We were building a home next to their home, and he was at the job site just checking things out, and here comes Ginny out the door with a stocking hat and some cookies. Tim came home that day and said, "You're gonna love our neighbors," and he was right.
Well, I'm Rick Wolf. I'm Don and Virginia Wolf's only son. They say that the leaf doesn't fall too far from the tree. Well, I blew the heck out of the county and into the next state. But those guys were the best teachers a person could ever have as far as ethics, how to treat others like you'd like to be treated, one of Dad's main sayings. And then Mom reinforced that. Dad traveled a lot when he was younger in his business life, and Mom ran the family, and she did a great job.
How I met Ginny Wolf. Well, the first time was in August of 1974. We were attending a company picnic for the first time. Ginny came up to our small family and was so friendly. She had this warm smile. She introduced us to many people in the HWI Do It Best family and made us feel very welcomed.
For Ginny, family was everything. She loved a baby. She loved any babies, and one of our first times together, she told me of her involvement at Parkview with White Cross, and she took photographs of the newborn babies. And I thought, what a fun thing to do.
In 1975, our second son was born at Parkview, and in came Ginny, all smiles, hugs, and so happy to see us again with John. She took his picture, and she took the picture of many young adults that are living in Fort Wayne area now. Their parents will remember how kind she was on those very special days.
The popular show a few years ago was Mad Men, that 1960s vintage where the woman was kind of do what she was told or whatever. I think that's very in error. I think there was a lot of more strength in women than people give credit for. My father would travel for 6 weeks at a time and be gone all the time, and Mom would have us kids run us to school, do all the things that need to be done, and she was a strong woman, and she continues to be a strong woman to this day at 94. She's a pillar of strength.
One day I looked out my kitchen window, and they were doing some landscaping. Don and Ginny themselves were doing some landscaping along the side of their house. I said to Ginny, "Oh, your landscaping looks so pretty." And she said, "Well, honey, the other day I was over at your house, and I looked out your kitchen window, and you were looking at the brick side of our house. So I thought I'd put something pretty there for you to look at." Now, what neighbor does that? I mean, that's just Ginny.
I believe that there's a verse in Thessalonians that describes Ginny greatly. Encourage one another and build each other up. That is Ginny Wolf.
We each come from different generations and what we value and what we understand. But I think it's really important to create this time and this space to celebrate the women who really worked hard at home. They supported their significant others. And in this case, Ginny Wolf, Don Wolf would not have been able to do any of the things that he did without her.
Ginny is the ultimate matriarch. She likes to be behind the scenes a little bit, fully supports her husband in his endeavors, all the while keeping everything calm at home.
Mom has always been attuned to people's personal struggles, medically, psychologically, physically, whatever it may be. a tremendous amount of empathy for people. And that's probably her biggest strength, because from that came her ability to help others and pay attention to maybe obstacles that other people may have. And again, you can see how that came into being through Big Brothers Big Sisters over the years. You've developed programs over the years to help all physical needs, emotional, psychological, whatever needs there are, you're there for them. And I think that it was evident in our family.
You know, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that make the magic happen, and there's so many programs across Northeast Indiana, the Harlan Christian Youth Center, Study Connection, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Solomon Farms, so many things that Don and Ginny have their fingerprints on that nobody really knows about because they never wanted any attention, neither of them. And honestly, everything that they did together. None of this would be here without Ginny.
Mom, thank you for helping me to be who I am today, helping me to understand how to be a better man, how to live in this world of sometimes very difficult circumstances and to overcome things that we can't always see are going to happen to us. But thank you, Mom, for showing me how to have a strong, strong family.
Congratulations, Ginny. You are so deserving of the Diane Humphrey Award. And I am so glad I got to speak about your many gifts. Love you.
Thank you for your devotion and for your continued encouragement to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana. Congratulations.
Ginny, congratulations. We love you so much, and we are so happy that you are being honored with the Diane Humphrey Award.